You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the February 23rd meeting for the Kingsford Heights Town Council. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Let's call this meeting to order. Please turn your cell phones on to quiet mode. Say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We do have a quorum. We have a complete quorum, complete board. Police departmental report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the council. The Marshal's office has no new business this meeting. We would like to respectfully request that whatever influence you guys have with Mother Nature, you use to please calm her down. She's clearly mad at somebody.
You probably stole
We
her
thought that
meds.
was your job.
No, she doesn't listen to me.
Oh, okay.
You stole her meds, that's what.
Yeah.
Fire department, I don't see anybody. Utilities,
I have nothing at this time, I'll save it for later.
okay. Park board.
Hello.
Hi.
I remember we talked about changing our appropriations. You said to wait till February to change.
We don't have a budget order yet,
Okay.
as of last week. Okay.
So I don't understand budget order. What do you mean?
We can't
Like we-
change anything until we know what they approved.
Okay, so we just wait until you'll let me know when that is? Okay, I wanted to just bring that back around. The other thing is the first aid kit. I did talk to Randy. He couldn't beat that price, the $255, so I wanted to know if we were good to get our first aid kit.
And that's for this building?
Yes.
Somebody want to approve that?
How much is it?
It was $255. So there was one was $250, and that was gonna serve 150 people. And then there was a 100 people. And then there was one that was $255, and it would serve 250. So you kinda got more for your bang for $50 more. It was cheaper to get the whole cabinet fully stocked than it was to get like each individual item for the cabinet. So that was from Uline.
Somebody need to make a motion?
Yeah, and the community center operating fund looks pretty healthy right now.
So it's for the first aid kit.
I'll make a motion that we get that first aid kit for, was it $255 you said? For the community center.
Do we have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to buy a first aid kit for this building, approximate cost $255. All in favor? Aye. Aye, it's unanimous.
Okay, I'll send Malika the invoice, so you'll know which one. And secondly, this one is going to take a smidge of time. The State Fire Marshal Pat Gillespie came to help us. Remember we found when we were painting, as we took down that, thing that there was, we didn't have the new occupancy, and we didn't have, it hadn't been done for quite some time. So, did I give you one? Okay. There are several things. I'd like to bring your attention to the first thing, which is the special event endorsement. We have to get an amusement entertainment permit, and that's simple enough. We just have to fill out the form on the Indiana Gov thing. We have to get all of these codes up to date before March 12th, because that's when we'll be back to March 12th. The second one is that your table cannot sit where it's at. Sorry, on the back page, next page. So according to the state fire marshal, you can't block this exit. So although you don't feel like you're blocking it, if there were a fire, I guess you can't get out quickly. So we need you to decide like maybe how you might wanna, I was thinking like maybe you can kind of category in the corner, but if you wanna be up against that wall, but you can't be there.
Can we be further this way, X amount of feet away from
I
there?
don't think so, because people shouldn't have to go around you.
That has never, ever been an issue.
I don't know, you'll see it on the.
I see it on here, but
And then there are outside, along with that same code violation, is that there's some things hanging by our back door, by the gymnasium. It's some cords, I think surf net or something. Somebody needs to make a phone call to them and tell them to come clean up their do-jobbies, because they are giving us a problem there. The third thing is that the hood grease and that device that's over our kitchen, it's supposed to be inspected, I guess yearly, and there should be a tag, and so there's no tag on there to tell us when the last time it was serviced, so that needs to be done.
Did they say when they was coming back? I mean, you're waiting until March before they come back?
Well, they'll come back, I guess, if we say earlier, but it has to be
that's
done
only
before
like
March 12th.
2.5 weeks,
So
Joe.
who's, he'll be inspecting that hood too at the same time?
I mean, if we needed more time, I'm sure I could let
Is
them
there an
know.
existing tag still on the hood, so
No.
we know what company did it last time?
No, I wish there was, but,
He
but,
said that the one, that the company that refills the fire extinguishers should be the same ones that can inspect that.
Okay,
do you know who that is?
TNT,
Okay.
but that's not who did it before, but if they're capable of doing it, that's the easy way.
And then there's a pull box or junction box, I guess, in that back room that doesn't have a cover on it for utilities. But it says that, and so Randy, I'll give you this copy too. And then the automatic fire extinguisher system in the kitchen is supposed to be serviced at least every 6 months. The last time it was inspected was 2022. So
Does it say TNT on it?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Then there's a fire protection system that's supposed to be maintained at the pool station. It's blocked by our refrigerator. We will handle that. We had gotten another refrigerator because the one stopped working, and it hasn't gotten moved out, so we need to move that out. I thought he was gonna take care of it right away, but it's blocking, so we have to scoot it over. We'll definitely take care of that. New and existing buildings have to have an approved address number, and so we don't have an address number, so he was having a hard time finding the building.
We do, on the
There's
utility
no
bills, don't
number.
we? I mean, we may not have it on the building, but it has an address number on the utility bill, doesn't it?
515. Yeah,
That's
it
what I
is.
thought,
It is
515.
515, but we need to have it on the building and maybe even at the road, like some kind of sign, like signage, plainly legible. So I think that the fire department is doing a special thing right now where they're selling, where they're helping people who don't have their signage on their house. So I don't know if that's something that maybe they would do for us pro bono with our little 505.
They're only $10.
I don't know. Well, so I'm bringing all of this to your attention, like I'm assuming that, like, I'm not the one that's gonna take care of it. You guys gonna take care of that? Like, who's taking care of it? Like, I mean, like.
Doris the president.
Stop it. So, anyway, that's the things. I mean, but the main thing is, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of housekeeping. It's not a lot. It's just things that we have to do every year. And so now we'll know to do it every year, but we do have to get up to speed. Yes. But the main thing is, where do you want your table?
Well, it doesn't seem to be too bad.
No, he said it was just housekeeping, just things that we were supposed to have done every year. He was very nice.
What happens if we put the table against that wall and come out this way?
Against that wall, come out this way.
Yeah, put it in front of the window and just come out, and then Malika would have to sit down on the side of the table, and we could come this way, and we would not hardly be blocking the door at all, or we could be on the other side of the window and come out this way.
We'll see. We'll try it. Let's see if that, as long as it gives us clear path to the door, that's the main thing. As long as you
It's gonna
scoot it
be
over.
pretty clear. We're gonna be
Just shove it that way when you come.
24 inches more, that ought to be clear. Maybe even 30 inches more, because the chair won't be there either.
Get straight there. It has to be the other way. It
Well, it looks
cannot be
like-
straight in front of it.
It
Right.
almost looks like there'd be enough room to be close.
Yeah,
You gotta shift it over.
But if
another
something
room over there.
happens, people have to run,
Right.
Right.
that's the.
okay. So we will play with your table since we have our community clothing giveaway and we will get it just so, but just know that when it's moved, I don't want you to be upset with us that Park moved the table.
Okay,
You can always set up in the gym if we have to.
Huh?
we could.
Well, no, you can't.
Why?
You know, because like right now, we have all the clothing in there for the giveaway that's Saturday, so like,
That's true.
so it's all good, but we'll figure it out.
Well-
We'll make space. Just know that
If we
we've got
have to go this way, then there'll be 2 rows of chairs this way, and that's all.
Well, we'll figure it out.
But
All
I
things are
think by
possible.
going that way, and you take the chair out, there's gotta be at least 30 inches
I
there.
think so. I think you might be right. We'll play with it and see if we can get it. Then the last thing is that we have our, we're coming up on March so quickly, and so then the Easter egg hunt will be here. So we will be asking the community for hot dogs. 'Cause typically we do hot dogs and chips and drinks. And then we have lots of prizes, of course, for people that find like the golden eggs. And we also need egg fillers. So we're going to reach out to the community and see if we can get as much as we can for donations.
Is that gonna be the Saturday before Easter?
So Easter is actually like April
12th?
1st or something, or April, it's like really quick in April. So we were gonna do the Saturday before that,
A whole week before that, so the
Mhm.
Saturday before Palm Sunday?
yes. That way, you know,
Easter's the third.
a lot of, yeah, so it's gonna be
Friday's
the last Saturday in March will be the dates that we have set aside.
Probably 28th.
Yes, yes. So, spread the
Okay,
word.
Palm Sunday's the 29th and Easter's the 5th.
And I think that's all we have. Thank you.
That wasn't that bad. I would have still played it. It was like that. It was gonna be worse.
Okay. We have minutes from the 9th meeting, February 9th. We have the executive session from the 18th too.
I was still thinking.
Did you pass them out?
Yeah,
Yeah, you should have got one.
I didn't, I only got the 9th.
Here,
I just got the one.
I read it.
Okay, but we have the 9th also.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the regular meeting on the 9th, and we have the executive session on the 18th. Thank you for getting them to us early for the 9th, because I see the corrections are already made. Is there a motion for the minutes on the 9th?
I make a motion to accept the minutes for the, for February 9, 2026 meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the minutes for February 9th. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nobody's opposed, unanimous. There is also the memorandum minutes for the executive session on February 18th.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the executive session from February 18th.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the executive session minutes. All in favor? Aye. Are you in Yeah. We're unanimous also. Okay, we are up to claims, I believe. I do have a question on the claim docket after I looked at the finance report. Why are let me find them. Two claims up near the top, 582 and our vendor number 582 and 583, warrant number 5672 and 5673. Why are they coming out of park rentals, deposit, refund instead of the community center deposit?
Because it hadn't even changed yet. We had to call Baker Tilly, not Baker Tilly, we had to call Keystone to get it changed over, and it hadn't been changed yet. Because there is no appropriation for that.
So
There was no appropriation when we did the claims. We had to call Keystone for them to add the appropriation, so it hadn't been added yet.
but you're gonna,
Yeah, so we're gonna switch
okay.
it over.
Because otherwise it's coming out of the parks budget. Okay.
Those are fighting words.
What?
Coming out of the parks budget.
Having a hard enough time getting your own head to go to it.
Functioning like a hawker. Good job.
Has everybody had time to look over their claim docket?
So we gotta make a motion? I make a motion that we accept the claims for 2/23/2026. Is that what that is for this one? Yes, for the amount of $70,855.01. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve tonight's claim docket in the amount of $70,855.01. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That is also unanimous. Clerk.
Okay, I was looking over last year's budget, and I also have it right here on the employee job pay summary. And for overtime last year, we paid $39,589.58. That is somebody that you could hire an employee for that amount of money.
Can you repeat that?
We paid $39,589.58 for overtime last year. And then we could hire a person for that salary.
But you can hire a person for that salary, I'll give you that. But that person would not be working at the hours when the overtime was incurred.
That could be their hours. You could make that their shift.
How would you know when you were going to have a
If you made
broken water line?
If you
or-
made a weekend shift, part of that is doing the 2 hours on the weekends. You could have somebody that works the weekends to do that shift.
But you could do that part, yes. But how would you know, and it takes more than one person, if there's a power outage, if there's a broken sewer line, if there's a broken water main, you can't schedule those things.
I understand that. I'm not saying about those things. I'm just talking about that you have time that is, the 2 hours is every week. Every week that they do the plant checks, that's every week. That could be somebody's salary doing that every week.
And then you have to pay all the benefits on them again. You'd have another person with group insurance. You'd have perf would be perf, but you would have another person with group insurance. And But I mean, I don't think, for you to make that claim tonight, you would need to go back and itemize where all that overtime was incurred. What were they doing? Was it broken water, jetting sewers, weekend duty, whatever? But just to say that right now and expect someone to jump on it is, I mean, we'd have to have a practical study.
Well, I'm just saying, as a being fiscally responsible, I'm throwing that out there to you, that we paid $39,000 for overtime. So fiscally, that's what I'm telling you. If you want to do the study and all of that, I don't have a problem in doing that.
Randy?
Does that include the clerk's office?
Yes, it does. It does.
Because she's there at 5 o'clock in the
Yes,
morning.
it does. But the reason why she's there at 5 o'clock in the morning is because we're down a
talking, you don't
person.
need to yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you, I'm telling you. But the reason
You
why
can
she's
speak
there
to
at
me.
5 o'clock is because we're down a person in the office. And in order for her to do the receipts and everything that she has to do, she does that in the morning, so she doesn't have to be bothered with the window.
I see you're just focused on utility. I just thought it should be mentioned.
This is something that's been going on for years and years and years. I don't think we're gonna worry about trying to change something like this. I mean, these guys come in for overtime on the weekend, you never know who's working the weekend. You never know what's going on. So the town's gonna have to eat that kind of money, because we have been eating that money for years. It's not something that we can fix overnight or
Yeah.
fix by bringing
I
somebody
I
else.
still think we need to know, before we would even consider it, before I would need to know what the overtime was and, I mean, what caused it. I mean, we know weekend duty and holiday duty. That's a given. We know that happens. But we don't know how many times there was a broken sewer main. We don't know how many times there was a power outage. We don't know how many times there was a blizzard and they had to come in and plow snow. You know.
And a lot of the things with the one guy on weekends, I mean, if you have one guy that's on call, I mean, some of them jobs, you have to have two people on the job because one person can't be
Well,
by himself on the
if
job.
we
anyway.
put
So
a
you're gonna-
person on call and restrict that they are on call, we have to pay them for the weekend.
Yep.
If we restrict that they have to be available,
You do have a person on call.
no, if we restrict that they are on call and they have to be available to answer an emergency call within a half hour or whatever, we have to pay them for the weekend. Yes, Randy?
Right now, we have somebody on call from Thursday till Wednesday. It's rotated weekly.
But they're not,
They're not being paid
Right.
to be on call all week long. They're only getting paid for the weekend duty.
right, but if we had somebody that was, there's two definitions of on-call. And if we said, okay, you are on call and the minute you're called in for something, you have a half hour to respond, we have restricted what they can be doing,
Yes, and that's what we're doing right now.
It works.
but we're not making them, okay, I know what I'm trying to say. But what we're not restricting them so much that they're not allowed not to go to the grocery store, they're not allowed not to do something with their kid. They are allowed to have a life while they are on call, they just have to respond in a quick amount of time, reasonable amount of time, but they're not restricted so much that they can be doing absolutely nothing.
Usually it's 45 minutes to respond.
Okay.
Okay, next on my list is the time cards. I'm receiving time cards that have been blacked out, and I've talked to the State Board of Accounts, and this is unacceptable.
Can I explain that?
Buford?
I blacked out the previous weeks on the time card, because at the end of the month, you will get the original. I blacked it out to make it easy for Evelyn to understand when she signs the time card.
Yeah, but when you blanked it out, I wasn't able to see anything.
No, you can see that whole week it's on the
No.
timesheet. Yes, I
It was
will,
like you had redacted it.
no, it's right there on the timesheet. I will stand behind it.
And it said print, and you wrote in cursive
On what?
on your time card.
Do you have a copy of it? Let's see it.
She got it in the office.
If you're gonna accuse me of blacking out stuff, please present
Listen,
it.
you blacked it out, Pete. You blacked it out. I can see it. That's an X right there.
Yes. And that is to make it simple for Evelyn to go from this point down. And that is the previous weeks. If you have a copy of the previous weeks for the week before, that shows exactly.
But that's what you turned into me. You turned that into me, and I can't accept that.
Yes, but if you go to the week before, that's all unblocked out.
I don't need it blacked out.
She does.
No, she doesn't.
And right now I request a new liaison just because of the conflict of interest.
Well, I'm not giving it up just because you're upset.
No, I'm upset
And you
is
can't
because
remove me, and I'm not gonna quit.
the board can remove you because she
Well,
can,
then.
because what's going on is timesheets are getting,
Okay, well,
timesheets are getting,
let's just wait a
I
minute.
wanna hear what he's got to say.
the timesheets are getting changed without even notifying us.
And
We're
I've got
losing-
that coming up later,
Yes.
so.
So I do
we're gonna
request a
have
new
long-
liaison because nobody contacts us to even let us know that we're getting shorted on hours.
And I have to agree with you on that. And that will be coming up later.
And you received the encumbered list.
I did, but just now, but I don't think it's complete. Because I know Matt gave you information about a gun order, and there's no town marshal numbers on here. And I take it, this is as of December 31st, of course. Has the fire protection contract been paid now?
Yes, it's been paid.
Okay, so this is just as of December 31st. There was absolutely no other civil town, no MVH bills or anything that wasn't paid on December 31st?
No, I put all of those. The only thing that you see that's not on there is that gun. All the rest of the stuff is sitting right there.
Okay, I thought Matt had more than just a gun, but I know he had a gun order.
There were two things that were encumbered from the 2025 budget. It was the Motorola radios.
Oh, that's right, and
because
they're
the
not
time
on
it took
here.
those to ship, and the purchase from Kiesler's that was made by former Marshal Teo before I started.
Yeah, neither of them are on this list.
I'll make sure that they go on.
Okay, so we need a motion to accept the encumbrances that she has presented so far for December 31st with the knowledge that the list is not complete.
What was the third thing?
The Motorola radios and the gun.
You want me just to prepare a resolution? Do you need, well, let me
That would
ask
be
you this,
nice.
Malika. Do you need a resolution
It-
for March, or do you need it done right now at this meeting?
It needs to, it has to be done before the AFR is done.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
you
get it to
can prepare it and we can approve it retroactive. You can
Will that
have-
work?
She can
Let
have
me
a
do
copy
that.
of it.
Yeah, and then if, Malika, if you could just help me fill in like which subject matter for these.
I
Well-
put them on appropriations because that's what she has for last year.
Okay. I would like to request a fund report with investments for the month ended February 28th, 2026. I would like an updated one after the revenue had been updated, because this is not telling us what we really have. It does not include February receipts.
Okay, contrary property, we have not done February receipts due to the fact that we have been dealing with the audit for the last 2.5 weeks, finding different information that me and my deputy were not actually there for. So we've been searching all over the office for different information that the auditors come in and asked us for.
Okay.
So we haven't had time to do that. I'm done.
Okay. Old business, March meetings. Is there anybody here who could not make a Thursday meeting to? Okay, let me go back a ways. Malika told us she could not be here because of class schedules on the normal first meeting of March. Let me get to my calendar. Which is March the 9th. The normal dates in March would have been the 9th and the 23rd. We had 5 Mondays in March, but our attorney cannot be here on the 16th. So I checked with Amber and she said Thursday is okay. She could make a meeting on Thursday. So I am
Just depends
bringing
what
forth.
Thursday, just depends which one.
Okay, I'm bringing forth a proposal to see how everybody feels about no meeting on the 9th, backing the meeting up to Thursday the 5th, and then the 23rd, and then we still have our 2 meetings, and there's close to the proper distance in between them, so we're not doing business back to back. And I was just wondering if that's an alternative for everyone.
No, I missed 2 meetings, so.
So next week?
Yeah, it would be next week. Yeah, we're on the 23rd. So
Yeah, it would be next week, but it wouldn't be 1 week apart, it'd be a full 10 days apart. Because we had talked about doing the 2nd before you went, and that was what I said, it would be just 1 week.
What are we doing on the 6th?
What day are you leaving?
We leave on the 8th.
Okay. We could do it on the 5th or the 6th, but I don't think anybody
I
really
can't
wants to
do
do a Friday.
Nope. I work Friday night.
So the 2 weeks from now would actually be 3 days early. It would be on a Thursday instead of a Monday.
I'm good.
Okay. That's a little much.
We still gotta have a meeting.
We've still got to have,
I know you have to have a meeting, but it's a little much with everything that's going on in the office. I don't think you guys understand what I go through to prepare for these meetings.
I do, and I've been audited. Sorry.
Not this way.
Even if it's just a claim docket and the bare necessities of the meeting, then you can pay bills without having to hold them. I mean, you're going to pay them anyway, so you might as well let us approve them.
Well, we can make sure that.
And we've got a
We can make
few,
sure we don't go through the departments, right?
we can leave off departmental reports unless there's an emergency that somebody's having. We can make a minimal agenda.
Yeah, come over here, come over here. On Thursday.
But department heads, you don't get to talk anyway.
So what we'd have is, probably the approval of minutes and claims, clerk's report.
Approval of
We
minutes.
wouldn't be doing ordinances or resolutions, right?
Well, we
Maybe,
might have a reading of an ordinance. It's
When
not,
do you get back?
We get back on the 12th.
Oh, it's gonna be too close then to do it that Thursday then.
Yeah.
either way, we're going to have a meeting only 10 days apart.
The park board would be willing to give up our first Monday, the 2nd, if that would be helpful.
Well, that's only 1 week apart. That's even worse than 10 days apart.
Okay. We'd offer.
Are we good with the 5th,
Okay.
Evelyn? Okay. Next meeting will be March the 5th, Thursday, instead of March the 9th, Monday. Will you post notice?
Because it has to be posted.
Yeah, it has to be posted. You have to post a cancellation and a replacement, or a replacement and a cancellation. All right. NERC is new business. They would like a new member appointed, a NERC commissioner appointed. A NERC commissioner needs to at least attend the quarterly meetings. Monthly would be nice. They are in the daytime, and if I remember right, they are normally on Thursdays. the third Thursday. Is there any board member that would like to do this?
Yes.
They like it to be elected officials. In fact, I'm sure that's what they require. Is there any board member that would like to do this?
No, I would do it.
Dwayne would do this. Anybody else? Dwayne?
Here, you gotta read this though.
He was on there before and he didn't attend any of the
He
meetings.
was also
Yes, I
clerk
did.
treasurer.
It don't make no difference. That's why we're in the situation we're in, because he never attended any of the meetings according to
Oh, I
this
think-
letter.
I'm sorry. You got it. Yeah, I didn't realize you could.
Well, I think I'm willing to give him another shot at it because he won't be a clerk treasurer and won't have other distractions if everybody else is willing. Because I can't do it again. I did it for years and years.
I was there all the time.
And actually, it looks like nobody did the appointment in 2024. That's probably the whole board's mix-up.
I don't remember any of them. You need a motion on that?
I do.
I make a motion that we let Dwayne go to them, what is that, NR?
Become the NERC commissioner for the
Yeah.
town of Kingsford Heights?
Yep.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and second to appoint Dwayne Arndt as the town's NERC commissioner.
What is NERC?
Northern Indiana Regional Planning Commission, I'm sorry. Lake Porter and LaPorte County make up the Regional Planning Commission. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have 4 ayes and 1 nay. Do you have a copy of this too? You do, because I dropped one off to you. You need to put this on our letterhead or something and fill it out so it can be signed, so I can sign it. The certificate of appointment. I guess I did have that. There's-
I'll file.
that much is two.
Got stacks of paper at home.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to this for a minute. You're doing this? You're doing the first one with it online?
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna try.
Okay,
There's a form. If I can't do it, then I'll reach out to Malika for assistance if there's information.
Joe, can you see, I guess you're closest related to this as building inspector. Can you see about the other things on this list that she gave us?
Yeah, we can go through that list.
Okay.
I give it to
There's
Rachel.
not very much there, so.
Okay,
The main thing is just contacting the person to take care of that right away.
all right. I have got some more notes somewhere. Malika sent us a memo on the 17th. And she had sent us a memo before that also, on the 5th. And I talked to the auditors when I was in there for a conference with them. And by the way, so it's documented, we had our entrance conference for the auditors, and they will be here till sometime in March. They are auditing a 4-year period, 21 through 24. Anyway, Malika has made some assumptions, some claims and some assumptions about how overtime is calculated and about an ordinance she would like Amber to adopt or draft for adoption. And I spent hours on the internet looking things up and checked with different sources. And the town is entitled to have their own policies. Some local policies may count holidays and other benefit days as hours worked when calculating overtime, but this varies by municipality. That is one thing. These are results for Indiana laws about what municipality, okay, that's what I hunted up. Okay, and then another website for Indiana and FLSA, etc. Municipalities may have specific policies that differ slightly regarding what paid leaves are counted as time worked, and always consult your local ordinances. Well, we have some things in our local ordinances, and we have some things in our local policy manuals. And then we have conflicts in our local manuals. So I agree, yes, we do need some clarifications. But in the meantime, there's been, as far as I'm concerned, there has been some mistakes in the calculation of overtime hours, with holiday pay, or with holiday hours and then overtime, because the last manual I could find that we adopted, that the council adopted, I was not part of the we. I came on last year, so the year before that when Brian Nurnberg, I think he drafted a lot of this policy book. Got my paperclip right here. Holidays will be considered as time worked relating to hours on your time card. So we have a written policy that says that. That would stand up as our policy. In this book, it does refer to vacation time, and it does say that yes, vacation time needs to be requested. It only says 24 hours in advance. It does not say 48 hours in advance. It refers to nothing as to whether vacation time counts as time worked or not time worked. It says nothing. There's other things that say things are not time worked, like comp time, okay? So I went to the book before, and it says the only absences considered time worked are vacations or holidays. So the book before has a reference to it. So if we have you do an ordinance, before we have you do it, we need to tell you what we want in it.
But if the council's adopted the policy, why would you need an ordinance
Well,
unless
that's-
the Board of Accounts is telling you something in an audit?
Yeah,
then-
they need to adopt the policy.
Well, we have a policy, but we need to fix the policy. We had two policies. That being said, and then my other question is, we didn't have Evelyn for the liaison. When Randy approved his vacation, and he only wanted to use a few hours of it.
6.
No. He used 6 hours for vacation the one day, and then he took off the next day.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Ask him.
I have
I remember the 6 hours, not the next day, I do not remember.
It's on his time.
It's on his time card at the job. You want me to go and get it? It's
Wait
on
a
his
minute,
time
wait a
card.
minute,
We
wait.
just discussed this last week. He took 6 hours and then he took the next day.
Don't shout.
I'm not shouting. I'm telling you.
Same thing.
Whatever.
This
Is there a time limit of hours used, or that's what it's for?
On the 29th, he worked 2 hours. On the 30th, he was here for all 8.
No, he was not. He took a vacation day.
Would you like to look at the line on his time card, Malika?
I'm telling you what he put on. I have it in my office.
He used 6 vacation hours. There's nothing about the next
Because
day.
when he came to my office last week, I showed him on his time card that he took 8 hours the next day.
I did see that, but I don't know if that was a current time card or not, so I would like to see that.
Anyway, regardless, if he used vacation time that he approved, because at that point he was capable of approving it, he should have had overtime when he had to come in and plow snow on Saturday. Hang on. Is it Damien?
Yes.
Damien should have had overtime when he worked President's Day.
He did. He got overtime.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry, when he used vacation time, he should have gotten paid overtime because that's the most recent manual.
So he took vacation time after holiday?
No, that was the week before the holiday.
No, he took vacation time. Vacation time is not as time worked. He had 10 hours and 10.25 hours of overtime. He took a vacation day. I paid him 8 straight hours to make his 40 hours. Then I paid him 2.5 hours overtime.
All right.
Let's do it.
Yes, Randy. Is your hand up or are you scratching?
Yeah, is vacation time worked or not time worked right now?
According to that book, it is time worked.
The last time it was mentioned in a manual, it's time worked.
Right.
I know the council adopted the
Okay.
employee handbook years ago when Brian was here.
And the policy is we've been normally doing that, but now it's getting
Okay.
changed all of a sudden.
Now, I got one more question. Is this being applied to people equally?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Then I have a question. Why was mine denied by you, but you put it in Matt's hand to approve Malika's?
Anna's.
Anna's vacation time.
Because it said on an emergency purpose, on that handbook, it says
Mine
if there's
was
an emergency.
Mine was kidney stones.
It said on the emergency, because he is her supervisor, he can make that decision.
You are not my
You don't have a
supervisor.
supervisor.
You are not my supervisor.
No, I'm not.
You cannot make that decision.
So again, you guys could go in executive session. It allows you to talk about employee-specific compensation,
Let's do it
especially
then.
when I'm
We'll
hearing
fix it
other
there.
medical things being thrown around.
Okay.
I think you're doing an executive session, and time cards cannot be marked on by anybody.
Well,
So you need to go into an executive session, not have this on public, on how people are getting paid, and get a policy set.
well, we have a policy.
No,
It's
you
just
don't.
not being
You tell me you
followed.
have 3, 4 books up there, and you don't know what you're saying. You see a copy here, she has official time card, the time cards are supposed to go
Right.
to the clerk.
Well, the problem with the time cards, and I understand why he X'd
But
part
we
of
don't
it
even have to
out.
have a discussion. You all need to go into a meeting
Okay.
and meet, because this is public. Showing up that we don't know what we're doing.
Can I have a new liaison? The park department don't have a liaison, the police department don't have a liaison, the clerk's office don't have a liaison. Why do I have to have one? And if I'm required to have one, can I have a different one? Because there's obviously a big conflict here with Evelyn.
Board have any opinions?
You got a conflict with me, like what?
Well, you listened to what Malika says, you changed the timesheet without even
Malika don't-
consulting us.
Control me. I got my own mind.
then why don't you consult us with timesheets when there's a discrepancy instead of just changing it? Communication goes both ways.
So she changed your time sheet?
Somebody did.
Oh, okay. Go into an executive session, because one person needs to get the time cards, and they cannot be marked on by anybody. Those are official legal documents.
But it's a month-long time card.
It's
and we
official
highlight the
legal
week.
documents.
Just a copy.
And you will
That's
go
just a copy.
to jail.
No,
The
this is a copy, and he writes on it every time he
Well,
does it.
let
Because
him discuss
he
it,
puts
'cause they
on
need-
here
they
on
need
the
to get something
side
straight.
how many
Just a minute.
hours he has. You don't have to put how many hours on the time card. You
You
can
did
see how many
before.
hours is on there. He writes on every one of them.
But he's not marking on the time card.
Yes,
himself.
he is. That's what I'm saying, he's writing on the time card.
And she just made a
Go
copy of
into
it.
executive session with this.
Yeah, let's
You
go
do?
to an executive session.
Thanks for the-
Then we don't have everybody in the
All
audience.
right.
See you later.
When can you be there for that? Because you're gonna need to.
What day do you guys want to look at?
And you might need to call somebody from State Board of Accounts too, so they'll let you know how you officially.
We'll take care of it, don't worry.
I hope so.
Do you,
Right now, so.
I know you're gonna hate me when I say this, but I can be available for the board meeting on the 5th.
That's fine.
I just wanna make sure you're ready.
Thursday, the
It's
5th.
not gonna be.
I know, she's not good. That's my concern though.
Thursday,
I
the
don't-
5th, 4:30 for the executive session, 6 o'clock for the meeting. Executive session in the town hall. Can you make it by 4:30 on Thursday?
Yeah.
Seriously.
And the 5th,
When it comes to people's payroll and all that.
What time did you say, 4:30?
Yep, and that'll be at the town hall.
You can't even touch somebody else's time card.
And then the meeting here at 6 o'clock.
At what time, 4:30?
Yeah,
I can't tell you to punch in.
okay. Then,
You'll get fired.
are you still requesting an executive session too?
Yes, I am.
Same thing, Amber?
That's fine.
All right.
what's it for?
That's why I'm parked.
What's the executive session for?
March the 23rd at 4:30 at the town hall, and then come over here at 6 o'clock?
1 second.
Joe's wanting to know what that one's for.
The whatever.
Didn't that one
you-
get
you
changed,
got-
Rosalie?
What?
Didn't that one get changed to the 30th?
No. That was one of the possibilities, but it did not get changed.
Okay.
Did you get a copy of the memo?
Yeah, but I didn't know we were setting up an executive board meeting.
If we do, it'll be that day. Right before the regular board meeting.
That's fine with me. What time?
4:30? Can you make it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that too early or?
Well,
I don't know.
well, 5 o'clock? How long do you think he's gonna want?
I don't know, I'll call him and ask him.
All right,
Once the budget's already set, though, we can't change it.
that's what I would think, but
What are we having a meeting for if it can't be changed?
we'll find out. I don't know.
Budget's already
Can we
been done
ask
for
him
this
to put
year.
it in writing?
Mhm.
I'll ask him to put it in writing and give it to the council.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so 5 o'clock question mark or 4:30 on 3/23. Then 6 o'clock here. Okay, we did NERC. Do you have a report?
I do have-
Was we going to figure out something with,
Oh, yes, we are. But we'll let Amber go because I asked her, and then we'll come back to that under new business.
I just want to double check. I know I received an email that we were getting that insurance refund check. I just want to make sure the paperwork was submitted. Did everybody get that in? Okay. Because it said it could take several weeks before it could get to the town.
It was submitted the next day.
Perfect. I just wanna make sure the council saw that it's like $36,000 you're gonna be getting back in a refund. Nothing else, because I had an encumbrance resolution to remind you of that, so you could just get me, I'll put the resolution together if we can just fill in what the purpose is. That'd be great. That's all I have.
And you're gonna add the other numbers? Okay. All right. Physical security, cyber security. I wasn't able to talk to Amber ahead of time. Due to changes in technology, and we're not keeping up with technology, we probably need to void, cancel contract with Cardinal, and look for options to upgrade our security. Do we need to make that an official motion?
I need to see the Cardinal contract.
You should have it. I mean, maybe not with you, I
That
don't
wasn't
have
one of
it.
the new ones you gave us, right? That was an older one,
That-
right?
No, the last one that we had, that was the newer one.
But that was in December, wasn't it?
Yes, that was the only one I had.
I don't have it with me. Could you get me the executed version unless somebody has it?
I don't have that with me.
Because I need to see if what the termination provision says.
Does anybody know?
I have no idea.
We're not
Well, we would be probably.
we're not terminated because, for the fact that we're just not gonna be able to use it. Because we are into the contract already with them. We're just
So I
not
have
gonna-
to see what the duration of the contract said.
1 year.
1 year, starting effective 1/1/26 to the end.
Yep.
And it goes until December 31st.
Okay, so we want to cancel it in February, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
February, March?
Well, yeah.
February or March, yeah.
Okay, so I gotta see if there's a cancellation provision or if there's any kind of early termination penalty.
There's not, I talked to somebody, there's not, we're just gonna end up having it and it's already paid for, we're just gonna let it run out. So we're not actually canceling it.
Is it paid for in advance?
Yes.
Okay,
Do you want to review it and,
so then it's already paid for, you're just not gonna renew it when it
No, when it
ends?
comes around December.
do you want to look at it?
Yeah, I do.
We'll put this on the agenda for the
Same thing,
5th.
505.
But are you going ahead with, Mark, with Brainstorm?
They're just going to do some preliminary stuff right now, I think.
We hasn't done nothing.
He hasn't done anything.
We should move it forward.
We need to make a motion.
We should move this on. We should.
Now, who's gonna take care of this? Is that something you was doing that or somebody else was taking care of the office or?
I'd be more than happy to reach out to them if that's what you guys would like to do.
Yes.
Because we get the clerk stuff done too.
Well, I'll make a motion that we move forward with the proceedings of Brainstorm to get things going for the security.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to continue with the pre-work with Brainstorm, which includes some upgraded systems. All in favor?
Right?
Aye. Can the guys, if they so choose, come to the executive session on the 5th also?
So the council can invite whoever they want to attend, and if if they are relevant, and their pay is relevant, yes.
Do you want to include them?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to come to the executive session on the 5th, it's at the town hall in the conference room. We'll just roll some chairs around and you guys can come.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that. They have the conference room, the whole table is covered.
Well, they pretty much close it up on Thursdays because they don't work on Fridays.
They still have stacks of paper.
Well, we can talk. We just can't put papers on the table.
Just don't touch the table.
Or we can all go sit in your room.
No,
Or we can come over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we just come over here?
We can because it's an executive session, can't we?
Yeah, we could just come over
Okay,
here.
executive session will be in this room on the 5th,
Starting at 4:30.
starting at 4:30.
There you go.
It's before this.
At 4:30?
Can you guys make it on the 5th? I didn't even ask you. Alco. Alco.
They, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I assume that's a Monday?
No, that's a Thursday.
Oh, well, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to tell you. My schedule is decided by Drew. I don't have any like personal things
Okay.
that would stop me from coming that day.
Tell him that we couldn't do a meeting on March the 9th because the clerk has classes and we're doing it three business days earlier on Thursday the 5th.
Thursday the 5th?
Still at 6 o'clock.
Okay, I'll write him a message and we'll see what he says. I'll have him reach out to you guys.
She's already beat me to it.
Oh, Amber is? Okay,
Oh, Amber knows them well.
good, I signed the right line. Is there any public comments?
Well, I want to apologize for my short temper, but the last few weeks of payroll being messed up has everybody upset. And, you know, Nick, he never got paid for the holiday. Damien lost overtime. I got short of 3.5 hours on the weekend.
I'm going to save these papers for the executive session.
But I do request in
Where-
today's.
can I ask the question, where did you get those papers from?
From Randy, I asked him for copies.
I do request a new liaison.
Oh, yeah. What does the council want to do on that? Do you want,
If he wants one, I.
what do you want?
Yeah. Yeah, we can figure out something different.
All right, let me be really specific. Does the board want to honor Randy's request and appoint a different liaison for Randy's payroll? Or do we want to keep it the same?
I say change it, or somebody else is doing it.
What did you say, Joe?
He said change it and let somebody else do it.
No.
Why do I have to sign this?
It's you have minutes right there.
Oh, okay, I don't have to sign your memo.
Then if you're in a disagreement, you need to hold this over to.
All right, well, no,
Executive session.
does anybody, if somebody makes a motion, we'll put it on the floor. If
I make a
nobody
motion.
wants to
I'm
make a
making
motion,
now. I make a motion that we change the liaisons.
do you have a person to change it to?
I don't know, we can decide that right now if you want to.
Lori, do you?
I don't know what's up your butt,
Nothing.
but I am not gonna step down from it.
I think there's a conflict of interest going on here.
Well, I think you're the one with the conflict.
Hey, well, we all got one, don't we? I make a motion, somebody second it, and then we'll figure out what we want to do about appointing somebody.
It's been moved and seconded that we change payroll liaisons for the supervisor of the utilities. All in favor?
Aye.
We're gonna check, we have it. The problem is, who's gonna
Yea or nay?
who's gonna play?
Just, are you a aye or a not aye?
None.
Aye. has to abstain. So we have 3 ayes. Now let me tell you why I'm an aye. It goes back to the old conflict of interest, and Evelyn has to give it directly to you, and Evelyn is your aunt. And we've
What kind of conflict?
had different opinions as to whether,
When you guys put her as the liaison, she was still my aunt.
I didn't do that.
Are you trying to tell me that you think Malika is trying to tell me what to do?
Nobody's
And she
saying that.
doesn't. I don't even talk to her about stuff like that.
Well, there's 3 votes on it, now it's appointing
Well, I
somebody.
think it's bullshit.
You're talking about legal documents. That when you put your name on, they're legal. And when you sign something, it's legal like that. So are you willing to go down the road?
If it's,
If
okay,
you put your signature on a falsified time card or anything, it's a legal document.
We're not even
And when
talking
they
about something
receive
legal.
money, that's what
Nobody,
we're talking
about making
And
a
when you
liaison
receive
here.
money for it,
I mean,
it
you're
puts
already,
another charge to
you're
it.
thinking about something that hasn't
Oh,
even
no,
happened.
that's what you're
All right.
talking about.
All right, hey, you got
time
3
card.
votes. Do you, I'll make a motion that, would you like to take the job?
no, I'm going to make a motion that you take the job.
All right, I'll accept your motion.
Okay.
Is there a
As
second?
far as I'm concerned, all you guys got conflict of interest.
Yes.
I would also say that unless there is an adding mistake, that once the time cards are approved, they don't get changed. That until we meet in executive session, that we honor the policies we have in our 2 present manuals.
Or the third one, y'all made up without being in a,
The third one is a rough draft.
a open forum meeting.
The third one is only a rough
But it
draft.
wasn't supposed to be a rough draft. You were supposed to do it in an open forum meeting.
We haven't even gotten that far.
Yes, you did. You got a whole copy.
It's a rough draft that we have not even read. I haven't read it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I accept it, if that's what you want
Do
to
you
do.
want to second it?
I'll second.
Those in favor of Joe becoming the liaison right now for the supervisor's timesheet?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye, you got 4 ayes. You guys full of shit. All right, we have finished our agenda. We finished public comment. We came back to the things we forgot to do. Is there any further business?
I would like to put on record that I went to a meeting for the audit committee. Me and Rosalie were in an audit committee for the introduction, and she asked me to step out of a meeting that was uncalled for.
No, that was, the audit meeting was done, and I wanted to have a
No, it
separate
wasn't.
meeting with them.
It was uncalled for, and they told me that it was uncalled for. There was no reason for you to ask me to step out of the meeting.
Was it illegal?
All
Or
right.
was it just uncalled for?
I thought we were done. They told me we were done, the entrance conference, and I said, I still need to talk to you.
Andrew White said he can make next week happen. Was that your motion?
I'll make the motion.
I said,
Dwayne made a motion to adjourn, Joe seconded it, and it is 7:10.